This moment is a divine appointment, a sacred interruption engineered by a higher power. You are not here by accident, and you are certainly not here because of an algorithm. You are here because you were brought here, and the veil is about to be lifted on the story of your life. If you are listening to this, you have likely felt it, a sensation that you have been marked for death not once, but 3 distinct times. 3 times the enemy sought to extinguish a light that belongs to the divine, and 3 times death was forced to pass you by. Now, you must understand why. Have you ever felt a sudden jolt of awareness after a close call? Stunned that you were still breathing, a car that missed you by inches on the highway, a chaotic scene you left just moments before it erupted into violence, a sickness that the doctors said should have been fatal, or a mental darkness that threatened to consume you entirely, yet you remain. This is not chance, it is design. Your life has been preserved with divine precision because your destiny is non-negotiable and your mission is irreplaceable. Heaven did not save you merely out of kindness. It saved you for a purpose that terrifies the darkness. The enemy, seeing the magnitude of your calling, tried to cut your story short, but a celestial decree declared that your journey was far from over. This is the moment of alignment, where the warfare, the survival, and the near misses converge into a single point of clarity. Your journey wasn't just for you, it is for everyone connected to your purpose, and specifically, it is a counter-move against a generational plan that was meant to keep your family line in chains. What is this divine protection, and why does death keep failing to claim you? The truth is that by all earthly logic, you shouldn't have survived the trauma, the violence, the illness, or the despair. But something sacred stood as a shield. Divine protection is this invisible barrier placed over lives marked by an extraordinary purpose. From the very beginning, even in the midst of chaos, broken homes, and generational curses, unseen hands were guiding you away from terminal disaster. A fight that never happened, a path you instinctively avoided, a delay that saved your life. These were not coincidences, they were interventions. Death studied you, circled you, but heaven's decree was final. Not yet. Your assignment is still active. There are chains only you can break, and words only you can speak. Sometimes this protection manifested as isolation. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you, and strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuzazara readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment, or a slammed door which you mistook for punishment when it was preservation. Even when you felt most alone, you were being shielded from what would have ended you. Your survival is not random, it is evidence. Before we dive deeper into the 3 specific times death tried to take you, I need you to take a moment and acknowledge your own survival. If you know you are still here for a reason, go ahead and press the like button on this video. It's a small digital signal, but spiritually, it is an affirmation that you are awake and ready to receive this truth. Your first escape was a declaration. Long before you were aware of your own light, the enemy saw it and moved to destroy what heaven had just begun. This first attack was spiritual assassination, manifesting as complications in the womb, childhood illness, or inexplicable accidents during your early years. Think back. Were there stories your parents told you about a fever that wouldn't break? A cord wrapped around your neck? A fall that should have broken you? Behind each of these moments, a war was being fought for you. You were a child, innocent and unaware, yet the atmosphere around you was heavy with a battle for your potential. This is often where the family's plan first tries to take hold. In many families, especially those with unhealed generational trauma, there is an unconscious pressure to conform to the dysfunction. But you were different. You were the anomaly. And because you didn't fit the mold of the family pathology, you became a target for the spiritual negativity that plagued your lineage. The enemy tried to use your vulnerability against you, but the protection over your life was already active. I want you to reflect on your childhood. Was there a moment where you should have been severely hurt, but walked away without a scratch? Maybe you wandered into deep water or played with something dangerous, yet an invisible hand pulled you back. That was not luck. That was the first layer of the shield. The enemy knew that if you grew up, if you reached the age of awareness, you would become dangerous to his kingdom. You would be the one to break the cycle of addiction, poverty, or abuse in your family. So, the attempt was made to stop you before you could even start. But the plan failed. You survived the fragility of childhood because your spirit had already agreed to a contract with the divine that could not be voided by physical circumstances. The second escape was not from a physical threat, but from an internal collapse. This is where many of you will find the deepest resonance. As you grew older, perhaps in your late teens or into your 30s, the enemy shifted tactics. If he could not kill your body, he would try to kill your mind. He turned inward to poison your thoughts with lies of inadequacy, hopelessness, and isolation. The battle was for your sanity, your will to continue. In seasons of profound depression and suffocating loneliness, you were under a subtle but lethal assault designed to make you give up. This is the dark night of the soul that so many chosen ones endure. It is a period where the family dynamics often become toxic. You might have been the black sheep, the scapegoat, the one who saw the truth when everyone else was living in denial. This isolation was weaponized against you. You felt unlovable, misunderstood, and like a burden. There were nights when the darkness was so thick you could feel it pressing against your chest. You may have stood on the precipice of ending it all. The pain was not just emotional, it was spiritual. It was a crushing weight designed to snuff out your light. Yet a whisper of hope, a timely song, or a supportive call, these small graces were divine rescue missions. Do you remember that one moment? That one intervention that pulled you back from the edge? Maybe it was a stranger smiling at you, or a sudden realization that you had to stay for your children, or simply a stubborn spark of defiance that refused to die. Your tears were not unseen. This internal escape revealed your true strength. You walked through the valley of the shadow of death, and you came out the other side. You are still here. The fact that your mind did not shatter, that your heart did not turn completely to stone, is a miracle in itself. If you have survived a season of mental darkness that should have destroyed you, type, "I am still standing" in the comments. Let this be a roll call of warriors who refuse to let the darkness win. Your survival of this second attack is proof that your mind is protected, that your wisdom is needed, and that your empathy, forged in the fires of suffering, is a healing balm for the world. But the attacks did not stop there. The enemy is persistent, and when the subtle approach failed, he resorted to brute force. The third time death came, it was brutally physical. It was a car crash, a violent encounter, a failing heart, or a sudden medical emergency. It was a moment where time itself seemed to slow down as eternity watched. This is the phenomenon known as tachypsychia, where the brain warps the perception of time during trauma. But for the chosen one, it is more than biology. It is the sensation of the spirit stepping out of the timeline to intervene. I want you to recall that moment. The screech of tires, the sudden pain, the diagnosis that stopped your world. It was a moment where the veil was so thin you could almost see the other side. By all laws of physics and medicine, you should not have walked away. The car was totaled, but you had a few scratches. The illness was aggressive, but it went into remission. The violence was directed at you, but something distracted the attacker. It was not luck that you survived. It was a direct, miraculous intervention. Heaven itself stepped in and rewrote the outcome. A fraction of a second's difference, a slightly altered angle, and your story would be over. You were pulled back from the brink because the work is not finished. You are not just a survivor. You are a warrior whose existence defies the odds, proving that your purpose is shielded by the Most High. Why did this happen? Why you? This is the question that plagues the Chosen One. The answer lies in the family's plan versus God's plan. Your family, whether they know it or not, may be operating under a generational script, a repeated pattern of behavior and energy that has kept your lineage in a low vibration for decades or even centuries. This script demands compliance. It demands that you stay small, that you repeat the sins of the fathers, that you do not rise above your station. But you were born with a different coding. You were born to disrupt, and because you are a disruptor, you became a target. The enemy uses the family structure, the very place where you should be safest, to launch these attacks or to create the vulnerabilities that allow them. But here is the secret: the protection you have is stronger than any curse. Only 1 in a million carries this specific frequency of divine shielding. It is a protection that doesn't just block harm, it transmutes it. Every time death tried to take you, you didn't just survive, you leveled up. You gained a new insight, a new strength, a new layer of compassion. The car crash made you cherish every breath. The depression gave you the ability to heal others. The childhood trauma gave you the vision to see through lies. Now let's go deeper into the mechanics of this protection. How does it actually work? It operates through your intuition. Have you ever had a gut feeling that made no logical sense, but you followed it anyway, and it saved you? That was the Holy Spirit, or your higher self, communicating directly with your nervous system. This is the 1 in a million trait. Most people ignore that voice. They rationalize it away. But you, the Chosen One, you have a heightened sensitivity. You felt the danger before it arrived. You decided to take a different route home. You decided not to go to that party. You decided to check on your health when everyone said you were fine. This intuition is your radar system. It is part of the divine package. Before I reveal the final reason why you have been saved and what you must do now, I have a challenge for you. If you are finding value in this revelation, if you feel your spirit resonating with these words, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on. We are building a community of the chosen, a sanctuary for those who have walked through the fire. You don't want to miss the next transmission. Now consider the timing of these attacks. They often happen right before a breakthrough. The childhood attack was before you could grow into your identity. The mental attack was often before a shift in your career or relationships. The physical attack was likely right before you stepped into a greater level of authority or purpose. The enemy attacks what he fears. If you were insignificant, if you were just going along with the family plan of mediocrity, you would be left alone. You are attacked because you are valuable. You are attacked because you are carrying the cure for your lineage. There is a specific dynamic regarding your family that we must address. Often, the family's plan is for you to be the emotional crutch, the fixer, or the one who carries the burden of the family's unhealed trauma. When you start to heal, when you start to shine, the system gets disturbed. The attacks often intensify when you set boundaries. Have you noticed that? When you finally said no to a toxic family member, did chaos erupt? Did you suddenly get sick or have a string of bad luck? That is the pushback. That is the spiritual resistance trying to force you back into your role. But the shield held. The shield held because your mandate is to break the curse, not to carry it. You need to understand that this protection is not passive. It requires your participation. You participate by remaining aligned with your purpose. When you stray from your path, when you compromise your integrity to please others, the shield can weaken. Not because God leaves you, but because you step out from under the umbrella of His grace. You step into the rain. The fact that you are alive today means you have stayed the course, even imperfectly. You have kept a core of goodness in your heart despite the evil you have witnessed. Let's look at the science of this for a moment. We know that everything is energy. Trauma is energy. Intentions are energy. When someone wishes you harm, or when a situation is dangerous, it emits a low frequency. You, as a chosen one, have a high frequency. High frequency dominates low frequency. This is the law of resonance. When death approached you, your frequency, your divine purpose, was so potent that it created a repelling force. It's like two magnets with the same polarity pushing each other away. The car couldn't hit you squarely. The bullet missed. The disease couldn't take root. Your spirit was vibrating at a level that death could not touch because it was not your time. But what about now? You are 35, 40, 50 years old. You look back at the wreckage and you wonder, what do I do with this second chance or this third chance? The answer is simple. You must live fearlessly. The greatest tragedy would be to survive death 3 times, only to live a life of fear. You have been bulletproofed for a reason. You are meant to take risks. You are meant to start that business, write that book, speak that truth, heal that relationship. You are walking on borrowed time, but it is sanctified time. There is a concept in ancient spirituality called the refiner's fire. Gold is purified by fire. The impurities rise to the surface and are skimmed off. You have been through the fire 3 times. You are pure gold. The family's plan was for you to be lead, heavy, dull, and poisonous. But God's plan was for you to be gold, valuable, conductive, and radiant. The attempts on your life were the heat. You didn't burn up, you just got purer. I want to speak to those of you who are currently feeling a sense of impending doom. Maybe you haven't had a 3rd strike yet, or maybe you feel like you are in the middle of a battle right now. Listen closely. The fear you feel is a hologram. It is a projection from the enemy to make you doubt your protection. If death could have taken you, it would have done so by now. The fact that you are breathing, thinking, and feeling is the ultimate victory. You need to declare your immunity. Wake up every morning and say, I am divinely protected. My mission is not over. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. This isn't just a religious platitude. It is a spiritual law. This brings us to the most critical realization. The protection you have is also for your legacy. By surviving, you are clearing the path for your children and their children. You are the dam that stops the river of trauma. The family's plan ends with you. The generational curse of early death, of suicide, of tragic accidents, it stops at your feet. You are the wall. This is why the battle has been so fierce. You are not just fighting for your life. You are fighting for the bloodline. The enemy wanted to take you out so the curse could flow uninterrupted to the next generation. But you stood, you survived, and because you survived, the line is cleansed. Think about the people in your life who didn't make it, the friends who passed too young, the family members who succumbed to their demons. Why them and not you? It is a heavy question. It brings survivors guilt, but you must transmute that guilt into gratitude. You are carrying the torch for them. You are living the life they couldn't. Do not waste it feeling guilty. Use it to honor them. Your life is a vessel. Now I have a question for you. Do you feel a specific calling that you have been running from? Often, the near-death experiences are wake-up calls to get us back on track. If you survived a heart attack, maybe it was a call to heal your heart emotionally. If you survived a car crash, maybe it was a sign to change your direction in life. If you survived deep depression, it was a call to bring light to others in darkness. What is your survival trying to tell you? This protection is not a license to be reckless. It is a responsibility. You are carrying precious cargo, your soul's purpose. You must treat yourself with the dignity of a divine vessel. Stop engaging in habits that drain your energy. Stop associating with people who lower your vibration. Stop entertaining thoughts that align with the enemy's narrative. You are royalty in the spiritual realm. Walk like it. As we approach the end of this transmission, I want to give you a practical tool to strengthen this shield. It is the practice of the white light. Every morning, before you interact with the world, visualize a pillar of brilliant white light descending from the heavens and surrounding you. See it sealing your aura. This is not just imagination, it is the directing of energy. Command that only love and truth can enter your space. Command that any negativity sent your way is returned to the sender, transmuted into love. This conscious participation amplifies the protection that is already there. You are the one in a million. Most people live their entire lives asleep, drifting with the currents of their family karma. They get sick, they get unlucky, they get bitter, and they don't know why. But you are awake. You see the patterns, you feel the hands of the angels. You know that the truck that missed you, the diagnosis that was wrong, the dark night that ended, it was all real. The next time you feel fear, remember the 3 times. Remember the womb, childhood. Remember the mental battle. Remember the physical near miss. Count them on your fingers, 1, 2, 3, and then say, "And still I rise." Let that be your mantra. The enemy has fired his best shots. He has emptied his clip, and you are still standing there dusting off your shoulders, ready for the next chapter. The family's plan was for you to fail, but the divine plan is for you to soar. You have the protection, you have the power, you have the purpose. Now go and live it. Before you go, I want to ask you one final thing. Share this video with someone you know who has been through hell and back. Someone who is a survivor. They need to hear this. They need to know that their survival was not an accident. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We are gathering the tribe. We are strengthening the grid. You are a vital part of this community. Leave a comment below with your story. Briefly tell us about one of the times you were saved. I survived a crash. I survived illness. I survived the darkness. Your testimony is a weapon. When you share it, you lock in your victory and you give hope to someone else reading the comments. We read them and we pray over them. You are loved, you are chosen, you are protected. Until next time, walk in the light. Let's examine the family's plan in even greater detail, because this is where the 1 in a million distinction truly lies. Most people are unconscious replicators of their family's history. If their parents were anxious, they become anxious. If their lineage has a history of poverty, they accept poverty as their fate. This is the default setting of the matrix we live in. But for the chosen one, the family environment is often a training ground, a crucible. You were likely placed in a family that is the exact opposite of who you are. This is not a mistake. It is a strategy. You were sent behind enemy lines as a sleeper agent of the light. The family's plan is a gravitational pull. It wants to keep you in orbit around the family's central dysfunctions. When you try to reach escape velocity, when you try to heal, to succeed, to break free, the gravity increases. This is when the accidents often happen. It's spiritual sabotage. The collective unconscious of the family, driven by the enemy, tries to pull you back down. Who do you think you are? You're just like us. You'll never make it. These aren't just words, they are spells. And when words fail, the energy shifts to physical manifestations. I've seen this pattern in thousands of cases. A person decides to break the cycle of addiction, and suddenly their car breaks down. They lose their job, and they get sick all in 1 week. It's a coordinated attack to induce stress, to force a relapse, to force a return to the family's plan. But you who have survived the 3 deaths, you have a counterforce. You have a divine propulsion system. When the gravity pulls, God pushes. The 1 in a million protection is like a spiritual immune system. Just as your body fights off viruses, your spirit fights off these curses. But you must keep your immune system strong. How? By forgiveness. This is the hardest part. You must forgive your family. Not because what they did was right, but because holding on to the anger keeps you tethered to their frequency. When you hate them, you are still connected to them. When you forgive them, you cut the cord, you become free. And when you are free, the protection works at maximum capacity. The enemy knows that if you hold on to bitterness, there is a crack in your armor. That is why the second attack, the attack on the mind, often revolves around resentment. Why did they treat me this way? It's not fair. These thoughts are poison. They lower your vibration to the level where accidents and illness can reach you. The moment you release the judgment, you ascend. You rise above the battlefield. The arrows fly beneath your feet. Let's talk about the 3 times again. The number 3 is significant. In scripture and spirituality, 3 represents completeness. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Mind, body, and soul. Past, present, and future. The enemy attacking you 3 times was an attempt to destroy you completely in your origin, childhood, in your being, mental, and in your vessel, physical. But because you survived all 3, you are now fully initialized. You have been tested in all dimensions. This means you are now in a phase of activation. The protection is no longer just about saving you, it's about empowering you. You might notice that your words have more weight now. When you speak, things happen. When you pray, answers come faster. This is because you have cleared the levels. You have beaten the boss battles. You are walking in a higher authority. Be aware of the phantom pains. Sometimes, after a major surgery, a patient feels pain in a limb that is no longer there or has been healed. You might feel phantom fear. You might feel like an attack is coming, but it's just the memory of the trauma. Acknowledge it, but don't believe it. Say to yourself, that is the old me. The new me is shielded. Look at the friends you have now. Are they different from the ones you had 10 years ago? Often, the chosen one goes through a complete changing of the guard. The people who were part of the family's plan or the old life fall away. This can be painful. It can feel like betrayal, but it is protection. God removes people from your life who cannot go where you are going. If they stayed, they would inadvertently sink your boat. Their doubt would punch holes in your faith. Their envy would poison your water. Let them go, bless them and release them. The void they leave will be filled with tribe members who recognize your light. There is a mystery I want to share with you about the near miss. In quantum physics, there is the many worlds interpretation. It suggests that for every possible outcome, a universe exists. In one timeline, the car hit you. In one timeline, the sickness took you. But your consciousness, the you that is here right now, was steered into the timeline of survival. You were navigated through the multiverse by the hand of God. You are literally living in the miracle timeline. Why does this matter? Because it proves that reality is fluid. It proves that your destiny is not fixed by the laws of probability. You are an exception to the rule. Statistics do not apply to you. Doctors might give you statistics. There is a 50% chance of recurrence. There is a high probability of failure. Smile at them. They are calculating based on the average human experience. They are not calculating for the 1 in a million factor. They are not factoring in the divine shield. You must become comfortable being the outlier. You must become comfortable being the one who walks on water while others stay in the boat. This requires a shift in identity. Stop calling yourself a victim of trauma. Start calling yourself a master of survival. A victim is defined by what happened to them. A master is defined by what they did with it. The protection you have is also a beacon. It shines in the spirit realm. Angels see it, demons see it, and other chosen ones see it. Have you ever locked eyes with a stranger and felt an instant recognition? That is the resonance of the shield. You are finding each other. We are building a grid of light across the planet. Each of you who survives, who heals, who breaks the family curse, is a node in this grid. You are stabilizing the frequency of the earth. So the next time you feel the weight of your family's history, remember, it stops with you. You are the circuit breaker. The trauma ran through your grandfather, your mother, your father, and then it hit you and you said, no more. You absorbed the shock and you didn't pass it on. That is heroic. That is why heaven protects you. You are too valuable to lose. I want you to close your eyes for a moment, if you are safe to do so. Imagine the 3 times death came for you. See them as black smoke. Now, imagine a wind from heaven blowing that smoke away, leaving you standing in a field of golden light. Feel the warmth of that light. That is the love of the Creator. It surrounds you. It permeates you. It is impenetrable. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in safety. Breathe out fear. Breathe in purpose. Breathe out the past. You are ready. You are equipped. You are shielded. The family's plan has been cancelled. God's plan is in full effect. Walk in this truth today. Let it change how you drive, how you work, how you love. You are invincible until your mission is complete. And your mission is far from over. Thank you for being here. Thank you for surviving. The world needs you. Click the video on your screen now to learn more about the signs of a chosen one. There is so much more to discover about who you really are. I'll see you there. This is your journey. Own it, protect it, live it. Amen? However, there is a subtle trap you must avoid in the days following this realization, a phenomenon often overlooked even by seasoned spiritual seekers. It is called the spiritual backlash, or in behavioral psychology, an extinction burst. When you finally cut the energetic cord of a generational curse, the entity or pattern that fed on that trauma does not starve quietly. It thrashes. In the immediate aftermath of your awakening, you might experience a sudden, inexplicable wave of exhaustion, a vivid nightmare, or an unexpected conflict with a family member who seems to be acting irrationally. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.